All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Chicago Bears. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Hands up! Up! 180! Lock in, lock in. Shift.
And they'll run it here. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on 3rd down. Play action. Now Trubisky. Now he's going to let it go deep. Back up. This is caught inside the 15. And that one results in 35 yards.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch. Turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves them from a 3-and-out. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Red, up. Blue. Hey, gotta go.
Play action. It's Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. In for the score. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Now the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down.
For me, that was an example of why offensive linemen might want rearview mirrors at times, because you have your assignments to block, but if you can see what's going on in the backfield and maybe the guy carrying the ball is headed in another direction, it might change what you do up front. But if they can't see that, and he's not in sync with what they're doing up front, well, this is when you end up with plays like this. A bad one for the offense, a really good one for the defense.
They'll set up to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Khalil Mack in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Come on, let's go. What? 90.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So a special teams mistake on a long bunt return.
And think about the momentum that leaks out after that play, right? It's built up, terrific return, everyone's excited, but that flag on the ground can bring it way, way back.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
Blue.
They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. Under pressure, and he will go down.
Gotta go.
Sacked back at the 46. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
You gonna see me in your nightmare, son. Red, up. 18. Hey, watch that. Red, up.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to throw. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for the Bears on third. 43 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Lock in, lock in. Check 26, check 26. Lock in, lock in.
And they'll go on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Hey, check back. Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in. 49, check 49, check.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Check 31, check 31. 18, 18. Run.
Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, but it leads to 4th down. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
Going deep downfield for Ross. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. That's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking, but to me it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. On the return, Hester. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Hey, 18.
Throwing here, Trubisky. He sets to fire deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Here we go. Lock in.
They run. This is Cohen. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Blitz. Woo, baby. Get him, boy. Let's go.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Red, up.
Now it's Trubisky. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Extra point attempt to come here. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And out now, here come the Bengals. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into 1st downs and hopefully points.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
I'm going to hit you all day, baby. Reds up. Reds up.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
18.
On second down, here's Trubisky. Buying time to his left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They go play action with Trubisky. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 23 yards on the play. Trubisky now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Lock in.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Powers through him. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Lock in.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. And Charles, when you catch that toss going right or left, really, but right in this instance, do you go straight for the pylon? Is that where you're going?
Well, typically you want to try and maneuver people a little bit so you have some space to get to the pylon. So I want to make sure I try and move them a little bit to the inside, and in this case to the left, so I can get to the right side and get to that pylon and wink at it as I go by.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bengals getting set to go. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. He's going to air. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Samson Abukum coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Flushed out, under pressure again, and down he goes again. Khalil Mack in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Let's go. White 90. White 90. Rip right. Rip right. Check 9. Check.
Now back to throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 35. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So a minute 51 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back here right after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
18.
Now a play fake here on first down. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. They go play action here on first down. And he whips that one incomplete there.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
From the 21, it's second and 10.
Blue.
They go play action. Trubisky. And he comes back with one complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Hurry.
This is Cohen. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
I got trick this
Here's Trubisky to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Now the try here for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And a route is on here in this first half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. He'll drop to throw. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. And now the Bears coming out as they get ready. And where the ball is now, you got the field goal pretty much in the bag. Now do you try for the end zone a couple of times?
I don't think there's any question about it. You might get a gift of 6 points rather than the 3 that you just noted that you feel like you already have. Be aggressive, go after it, and try and get those points.
Now Trubisky to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Blue. Red, up. You got motion, man. You got motion. Gotta go. Motion.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. And they had him bottled up, but here's a late flag, and a face mask is going to get a much better starting position. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on fourth down with a penalty. They'll throw now on the final play. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Ross. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're going to try and throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. We don't see too many conversions on 4th and 10, but we just did there. A gain of 14 and a first down. On play action, they'll throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. This is intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Trubisky will throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Trubisky now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
4 down.
Play action. Now Trubisky eluding the pressure right. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bears add on.
And that's just another in a long line of passing touchdowns for him today. To say that he's been on fire would definitely be an understatement.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, look at the juke. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Ohio! Wide, get wide!
They're going to look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. He'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 41. They'll set up a throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted. picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Now a handoff looking right. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Chicago! A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bears continue to pour it on. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now Joe Mixon, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Credit the tackle to Darius Phillips.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And the Bengals on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 9. They'll look to throw. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They'll try and throw for it here. Steps away to his left. And it is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position.
Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Blue, blue, blue. Four down. Sit up. 180. Red, up. Hey, gotta go, gotta go. 54.
Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Sit up. 180. 4 down.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on 3rd down. Play action. It's Trubisky. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Red, up.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Bengals will get the football back. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Come on, let's go.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it up, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38.
Now back to throw. He's got it to die. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Tight end right. Come on, let's go. White 90.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll drop to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. In for the score. And it's for pride now, but the Bengals get a bit closer.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete.
Gotta go.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Reds up. Lock in.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. And this is taken in at the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A gain of 32 that time. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era when we think about sportsmen.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bears add on. Extra point right down the middle. And that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Let's go. Red 38. Stick at the mic. Ohio.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Well, when I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now it's Trubisky. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's King. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. 3rd and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. They go play action. Trubisky being chased out left. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Back to throw now on 1st down. Quick hitch, complete. It's Ross. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
Come on now. 3 down.
They'll look to throw here. And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. That's to his running back, complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll set up to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Strong right.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. So with a yardage on that completion, he's now right at exactly 300 yards on the game.
And isn't that the magic number you get? All right, 300. That means it's going to go on a commemorative football to put on your mantle when they give you the game ball if your team wins. So much confidence flowing through him right now, throwing the football. I think it's permeated itself throughout the entire team. They feel good about what they're doing.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He goes full extension, and he's got it. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that cat?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great.
It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And give them a gain of 37. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Back to throw. toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He fights him off. Flush to his right, escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They're going to look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 15. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Oh, Trubisky going to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. This is caught inside the 15. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. And even 40 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they work this out past the 25. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. The offense going to stay on the field as they will line up and go for 2. Now a toss going left. And they will not get the 2 points here, but it wouldn't have mattered anyways. And that will be the final snap of the ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Bears, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
in jail, I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be out. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie up the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, see how my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check into golf. A lot of these was lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that court. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rafe in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look too light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands in your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get to fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my sit the back that like a pogo. No do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. Finna got in the gently. Ain't being friends with these. When I was down out of so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my range. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting guap. Got a big band, it's like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, with a no, it's time now.